raining outside, so I couldn't be outside today. I mean, I guess that I could, but I'm also trying to get um, some chocolate milk for my daughter, so I stopped at the store, and I pretty much gonna have a packed day today, so I don't think I'll be able to get on later if I try to wait to do my thing. And then also today's the last day of my daughter's um, summer school. So I'll probably be getting on super early in the morning to do these daily updates for the remainder of um, the month and the new month coming August. Since I'll have her, it's very difficult to try to have isolated time for myself when I have my daughter all day. I have to watch my daughter and keep all eyes on her. So if I can get on with her around and she's chilling, I will. If not, I'm gonna just get on super early to give you guys these daily updates. So, hey, you, how are you doing today? How are you feeling? I did. My little buns are all different sizes and they're uneven. To me, they look crazy, but I got a lot of compliments on my hair today. So today's gonna be really short and sweet because I'm short on time. So today, on this day last year, was that day two, my full day two of being in the psych ward. And every day I said that. I said, I don't belong here. I don't belong locked up in a psych ward. And the hospital tried to tell me, they're like, stop calling this place a psych ward. It's called a behavioral hospital. And I'm like, I've worked on plenty of these units and facilities and hospitals. This is a locked facility. I am locked in here. I'm locked in the unit. I'm locked if I need to go to eat. I'm locked if we go to the gym. I'm locked in everywhere I go. This is a fucking psych ward. Don't try to have a play on words and try to play with people's heads. Hi, Anime. Thanks for joining. So today, there wasn't really a lot of stuff that happened today. I was in my room most of the day, and then the same psychiatrist from yesterday came in. Now, if you tuned into yesterday, I had let you guys know. Hello, Chaos. Thanks for joining. I had let you guys know that I had requested my mother's number, my brother's number, and my sister's number because I was convinced that nobody knew where I was and what this man did to me. Hi, Nob. I'm Nob. Hi, Amanda Lay. I think I'm your first like. Oh, thanks, Joseph. Thank you for liking. Thank you for viewing. Thank you for tuning in. Um, okay, am I hurt? Am I love? So Sigma playing league. I was trying to say. Okay, I have to listen. If I keep trying to, how'd you get in there? Okay, I got in there because of my ex, who told these people that he's my husband, and he is my advocate. He speaks for me and that I couldn't speak for myself. A real crazy story. I'm going to be suing these hospitals because I've never been married. This man was not my husband. We were just together for a really long time. And he played a lot of mind games and a lot of played on my emotions and played with my life and tried to play with my brain. So I'm still recovering from that. I'm still very traumatized and I have not been able to talk about it. So this is why it's a year later post and it's still very valid to me. It's still very in my head and I haven't been able to talk about it. So I am sharing my story here every day of what happened, no longer in real time, but still very valid of each day of what happened. And going into August, I'll be having live readings of my diaries, my journals that I was writing when I was locked in there. So these are just like quick recaps of what was going on that day. So I requested my mother's, my brother, and my sister's number because he took my phone intentionally. Everyone there had their cell phones except me. Everyone there had clothes except me. Everyone there checked themselves into that damn psych ward except me. I was the only outlier, the only oddball. No family members to advocate for me. No. I learned the hard way. I learned a very valuable lesson dealing with this man that I loved with my whole heart. And then this taught me a very valuable lesson about my family as well. Hello from Russia. Dag, I used to know a few words in Russian. I have forgotten them. Share some words with me. Okay, let me stay focused. So I requested the numbers of my mother, my brother, and my sister. And then the social worker came in today and she just says, just so you know, your husband doesn't think it's a smart idea to give you those numbers. And they would start every day like that, which would always trigger me because I'd be like, that's not my husband. And they'd be like, calm down. Your husband put you here because he cares about you. And I was like, you don't think it's suspicious in my Dr. Umar's voice? You don't find that suspicious that he's not giving me, providing the number of my mother, my brother, and my sister? They have a right to know where I am. And nobody knows where I am. And I'm away from my daughter. Sorry, I'm in Big Y, so I have no control over that in the background. Hi from Zimbabwe. Wow. Hi. Hi. I'm well. Thank you. Um, so at the time, sheep suck it. I don't know how to pronounce that, but at the time, I was really convinced that my family didn't know where I was. And I also thought that it was weird that why wouldn't my husband provide the numbers to my family? I have a right to get those numbers. And so I asked them, don't you think that's strange? Don't you think that's peculiar? Don't you think that that's suspicious that he wouldn't provide the numbers? What the hell are you talking about? And they're like, oh, we don't know. We're not going to go back and forth with him. Do you have any other numbers? So this is what I'm saying. I had to start playing mind fucking games. Okay. Start playing mind games. So I said, okay, go back and ask him for his mother's number, his aunt's number, and then I asked for one of his uncle's numbers. Now I knew when I requested those numbers that I would get 2 out of 3 of those numbers. Two, sorry. I know I would get 2 out of 3 of those numbers. I knew I would get his mother's number. I knew I'd get his aunt's number. I definitely knew he would not provide his uncle's number. And the reason being is his uncle is a cop. And I specifically asked for that number because one, I was cool with the uncle and I was cool with the aunt. Not necessarily cool with his mom because him and his mom came up with this mastermind to do this to me and try to take my kid away from me. So she said, okay, I will call your husband. I'll call your husband and I'll ask for those numbers. And that was pretty much all that happened today. I was pissed. I was pissed the remainder of the day. Like, I'm in here telling these people that this man is not my husband. I'm in here telling them that I strategically was put here. I'm in here telling them, like, don't you think it's suspicious that my husband, who's supposed to quote unquote care about me, why wouldn't he provide the number of my mother? This is my mother, my brother, and my sister. This is my family. I have a right. And they don't think it's suspicious that I'm the only one in here without a cell phone and that I'm the only one in here with no fucking clothes. Yo, so every day I was in there fighting. They didn't start believing me and checking into stuff I was saying until day 6. So what day are we on? We're on day 2. So we'll get there and I'll share more. But that was pretty much of today. And I refused to eat and drink again. And I refused the medication again today. They said, oh, don't you think you should eat? And I said, no. Don't you think you should drink? No. Don't you think you should try the medication? Your husband really wants you on that medication. And every time they told me that that was my husband, I screamed at them. That's not my fucking husband, yo. And then I said, and I've never taken meds before. I don't need fucking meds. I take vitamins. So no, I refuse everything. And they're like, oh, well, it's your right. And I'm like, I know it's my fucking right. You can't make me fucking take meds. And you can't make me eat. And you can't make me fucking drink. So I stayed in my room the rest of the day, just staring at the fucking wall. I think I took showers to like cope because you could take a shower in your own room. So I took several showers and like washed my hair multiple times. And That's all that I could do. So that was today. I was waiting for tomorrow to see if I would get those numbers. Because I'm like, why would he give me his family's number and not my family's number? Don't you think that's weird? And she said, oh, it probably will be triggering. How could it be triggering for me to talk to my mother and my brother and my sister? What the fuck are you talking about? That's why I was like, I'm over this place already and I'm over this stupid social worker, yo. So I'll give you the update on if he gave me those numbers that I requested tomorrow. But that was pretty much today. I don't think anything else interesting happened. Um, but yes, hello from Zimbabwe. I am fine. I don't know how to pronounce some of you guys. Oh, you're Russian, so I don't know how to pronounce your name, but hello. Do you have a husband or do you live alone? No, I've never had a husband, but the one that my husband, who is not my husband, locked me up and left me there. And nobody thought I was weird or suspicious and created a narrative and did shit to our daughter, all types of shit. So right now, nope, I don't live alone. Right now, I'm recovering from all of the stuff from last year leading into the beginning of this year. And I'm still traumatized by this experience. So I am starting my life all over with just me and my daughter. Um, Sheep says, so you are guilty until proven innocent or sane. um, Interesting. Interesting comment. At least that's what the court says. I mean, I learned the hard way that he was trying to fucking commit me there. So each day is gonna get more interesting, especially when I'm able to read my journals. When they finally gave me a fucking notebook, I was like, "What kind of place is it?" I don't watch TV. Don't you have a book that I could read? Oh my gosh. I'm like, don't you have a book that I could read or a notebook that I could journal? So it wasn't until I asked that I finally got a book. And then they don't give you pens or nothing. So everything's written with a fucking magic marker. Topher says, dude, I love your hairstyle. Thank you. That was the first thing I said when I got on. That they're all different sizes. Usually, I didn't have a lot of time this morning. Usually, they're all the same size. But thank you. I'll have a headache by the time the day's over. Ever since I locked my hair, I usually always wear it down because trying to put it up in a style gives me a headache. I gotta take Tylenol to do my hair now, to do a style, which is ironic. Things people don't tell you when you lock your hair. Um, and then HP Lovecraft says, you are cute. Oh, thank you. Your profile picture looks cute as well. I don't know if it's like a comic or a sketch, but it looks nice. Thank you guys for the comments. But that was, and then there's a lot of other comments that are held for review. So I don't know what you guys are writing, but can't read it. But that was today. Do you guys like my shirt? It says, don't fumble, a gift from God. Angel says, hello. Hello, Angel. How are you today? Hello. I do not know how to pronounce your name. I am gonna try, but hello, thanks for joining. So that was today's story time. If you guys have any more questions or comments or things you want me to respond to, I'll give you like 2 more minutes and I gotta get off. I gotta get my baby some chocolate milk and then I need to get back into town so I can pick her up from school. But yeah, do you guys think that that's suspicious? I thought it was so suspicious. Okay, what? On Moose, Animus, like anonymous. Um, Girl, guy, I don't know if you're a girl or a guy, but no, sorry, I am like butchering your name. But welcome, hello. I'm glad that you joined. So that was today's story time. I didn't get the numbers, and I was still very stuck. I'm like, nobody knows that I'm fucking in here. Nope, be well. Thank you, Topher. And hi, Eric. Thanks for joining. I'm always waiting for you to pop up. Um, so I was just stuck in my head the whole day. Like, and then my roommate, she was cool, but she was no fun because she slept all day. Like, she was so drugged up. She loved like bedtime. Like, oh yeah, yeah, give me my meds, give me my meds. and she just sleep all day. So I guess that it was cool that I didn't have somebody like annoying or talking my ear off or being annoying. But beautiful nails, and I admire your self confidence. Thank you. I still haven't done my nails, and they're still like all uneven. But thank you, Eric. Um, the one and only Nicole says pop up. I don't know what that means. Elaborate. Angel, beautiful woman. Thank you. I'm trying to you know, get back to being myself and get back to showing up, being consistent. I went through a lot of shit over the past couple of years, and this was the icing on the cake. So I'm sharing this with you guys, and I have no problem sharing anything that has happened to me in my life because it's my life and it's my story, it's my testimony and my story and stuff. Oh yeah, you may have my story and my testimony will, save other people from going through the same stuff. You attracted your message, Angel. I don't know why. I woke up today with lots of testosterone. Okay, I'm not even responding to you, CJ. Your intelligence is attractive. Thank you, Eric. You're so sweet. Thank you for your comments. Um, I wanted you to elaborate on what you said the other day that my voice sounds lonely, confident. I don't know what that meant, but if you could elaborate. HP Love Fab, would you date a guy from here? I'm just curious. Where are you from? Tell me where you're from. Maybe. My first time on your channel, Angel. Subscribe. I'm showing up here every day to share my story of how loving the wrong man locked locked me up. I have some like cute title for it. I don't know. I'm just on here sharing it every day because every day I have to think about this shit. And this was very much my life last year every day. So I'm just sharing. At some point in time on my channel, I will get back to teaching and thought provoking content and teaching people how to turn their life into a lifestyle. I have not worked a job since 2019. I have owned 3 businesses and I have been a boss at home mother. So, I'm all about helping people turn their life into a lifestyle by participating in their own rescue. So at some point in time, I will get back to teaching on my channel. But because something so traumatic happened to me, I am called to share and don't be ashamed and enlighten people. And then also be consistent with myself because I have not been able to be consistent on social media because of all the shit I've been going through. HP Lovecraft, you didn't tell me where you're from, so I can't answer your question. And thanks for joining again, Angel. Zoom says, was I in therapy? Yes, I was. I did 11 months of therapy. And then by the 12th month, I said, fuck this therapy. It wasn't helping me. They were not helping me. They told me not to talk about the experience. The experience that got me to therapy. What type of shit is that? Hi, Russell. We have the same last name. How are you? Well, I don't know if Russell is my last name, but if Russell is your first name, we have something in common. Don, thumbs up, thumbs up. So yeah, I did do therapy and I wanted to quit. I didn't initially even want to go to therapy. I was like, no, this man's putting me in therapy. First he put me on a psych board, locked me up, left me there, tried to convict me there, and now I have to go to therapy. But I went. And I spent 6 months of it trying to work on my relationship, trying to she had me writing fucking apology letters, all types of weirdo shit, yo. And the more I told him that, like, oh, the therapist says that we should do this or we should work on this, or like maybe you should come to therapy with me, he was like, stop talking about me in there, talk about yourself. And I would tell her that, and like, it was weird. And so she didn't want me to start talking about him or start talking about me or my experience. So what am I supposed to come here and talk to you about? So I was getting really frustrated with therapy. And then it was also, I felt like I was having to go to fucking jury duty every fucking week. Yo, I was fucking pissed. But I went, and then like once I got choked out unprovoked for no reason for the second time, had to go to therapy and say, listen, you got me in here trying to work on my relationship, trying to be thankful, grateful for this husband who's not my fucking husband. And I have gotten choked out for the second time, unprovoked. The first time was before he locked me up. And now, if this person is so caring and concerning and loves me, why did I just get choked out again in front of my daughter the second time? No, I don't play that, yo. And then everything started to change with therapy, but I still hated it. And then right before a year, I was like, God told me to just start talking out loud on social media, be my own therapist, be my own consultant, and share my story because they were not fucking helping me. They would just sit and stare at me, give me no feedback, give me no exercises, give me no nothing. So why am I coming here? Why am I spending an hour out of my day to come here? And then I would feel rushed. They would keep checking their watch, and it was not engaging and interactive. So I did it, and I'm not doing it no more. This is my therapy to talk about something that is the reason why I went to therapy, and then they told me to not talk about the reason why I fucking got to therapy. So this is my therapy of reliving this shit and talking about it out loud to whoever wants to listen. People tune in, they tune in. If they don't, they don't. But at least I'm letting it go. At least I'm releasing it. At least I'm not holding it in. And at least I'm able to get it out and move on with my fucking life and not have to keep reliving this shit every day. So hope that answers your question. HP Lovecraft says Ohio. I have a really good friend in Ohio. I've never been to Ohio, but Ohio has, I think it's called Cedar Crest. It's like the world's biggest amusement park. I want to go. Um, I think I would be open. I mean, I'm open to definitely traveling. I don't know if I'm open to dating right now, but when I get there, sure, why not? Maddie Grace says hi. Hi, Maddie Grace. I love your name. Russell says Russell is my first name. Sammy's? What does Sammy's mean? Well, hello, Russell. We have something in common. Um, Russell was my dad's name. So Eric says, have you ever choked him out? No, I'm not combative at all. I never put my hands on that man. All I did was love him and build businesses for him and birth babies for him. And this is the things that I got. But no, after that, though, I was just like, this is the second time. And for me, I don't believe in coincidences. Like the first time was an anomaly. The first time, at least I got an apology. And then the second time he said, oh, look what you made me do. I don't know why I did that. I don't know what's going on with you. What? And I was like, I've grown up with watching all the women in my family being combative relationships, abusive relationships. And I always said that that would never be me. And I never even took that from him. So something has always been going on with him, and he projected it on to me. But I decided to get the fuck up out of there because I'm really big on breaking um, curses and generational trauma and all that stuff. And I thought that's something we were doing together, but it has always been me. So no. But after this whole situation, I wanted to take his life, if I'm being honest. So that's why I had to get the fuck away from him. Um, Tom James 69 says, so good to see you turn your life around and doing well right now. Please keep it up. I don't want to see you back in the homeless shelter downtown. Okay, yeah, I just went through like a little stage of homelessness. Are you in Springfield? Who is this? Tom James 69. I definitely wasn't in the homeless shelter though. By God's grace, a friend came to my rescue, and she's the person who helped me escape. Like I'm Tina Turner, one of my idols, in the middle of the night from that man. January Christina says, "Hey, good morning. I love your name, January. Good morning to you. Yeah, it's still morning time 10. Thanks for joining. The past is the past. We make our own future," says Zoom. Yes, you are right. One thing that I am really big on though is processing things that you go through and really understanding like your role and the other people's role. I think that it's not good to suppress. I've had a lifetime of suppressing traumatic experiences and not being able to talk about it or talk to the people who do the things to me, and then I just have to deal with it. And then those things show up later on in your life in the form of stress and inflammation, edema and stuff in your body, and all these health issues. So yes, the past is the past. However, with that being said, you should also talk about your shit, talk about it out loud, create products and shit from it, turn your pain into profit. There's all types of stuff you should do with your past in order to make and create your own future. But I totally agree. Caden says, do you have kids? I have one daughter. How are you doing? Today I'm doing okay. Yesterday emotionally I was struggling yesterday with my emotions. Today I am feeling good. The weather here is gonna rain today. It's not as sunny as it was, but I feel good. How are you feeling, January? Caden says, was your belly huge when you got pregnant? No, actually, it wasn't. My first pregnancy, and I my I didn't start really showing it until I was like 6, 7 months. That's when my belly kind of popped, and like by month 9, I wasn't that like too big. I'll try to find. I don't have that many pregnancy pictures, sadly. Actually, like all those things are red flags now. But my belly wasn't huge, and usually when you have a girl, your belly doesn't get that big. It's usually when you have boys. Boys are bigger. How come you guys keep retracting your messages? What the heck are y'all writing? And I don't know how to say your last name. Hey baby, how are you? Well, one, I'm not your baby. You don't know me personally. But I am well. Thanks for asking. How are you? Post a picture of how big your pregnant belly was. And my old phone is where all those pictures are. Or maybe I have some on social media on Facebook. I'll try to find because I feel like I've posted a few pictures when I was pregnant. So I will do some digging for you and post a picture. So for you, Kaden, I have to remember y'all's name so I could tag you. I will post a picture for you, and then Eric wants me to do my nails. I love these like little requests that you guys have. So I got you, no worries. Hi, how are you? Did you hear about the big? All right, no, I am well. I'm not keeping up with that stuff. I got my own life going on. No, I'm not currently pregnant. No, I am not pregnant. Don't plan on being no time soon. Okay, I love that you guys have interacted with me so lovely today. Thank you for that. Y'all boosted my energy, boosted my mood. This is so much better than going to a therapist. At least you're talking to me, at least you're engaging with me. That is what I need. Okay. Okay, I got you. He says, sorry, that's just the term of endearment. Oh, you're a woman. I'm a 52-year-old woman. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't. Okay, these little circles don't do anybody no justice. I can't really tell. Let me share something with you. So, I worked in the hospitals for 17 years, right? And when I used to go in and greet patients, I'd be like, good morning, honey. Good morning, sweetheart. How are you feeling? And at the time, I also felt the same thing like, oh, it's a term of endearment. Like, I'm just being nice. I'm just being friendly. I'm just being polite. And then one time I went into a patient's room, what happens to be a man, and I was like, hey, hun. That's what I used to say. Like, hey, hun. Hey, honey. Hey, sweetheart. But I had said, hey, hun. How are you doing today? And that man cussed me the fuck out. And he was like, don't talk to me and call me hun. You don't. And I was like, Dad, why? Like, I always say that at this point. It was word vomit for me. I was like, why? And he was like, because terms like that, you only talk to your family or people who know you personally. And this is a professional environment. You shouldn't be calling anybody hun, sweetheart, honey. Those are terms of endearment that you're supposed to only talk to with your family or your spouse or your kids. And once he said that, it really resonated with me and it made a lot of sense. And I had apologized, and I've never greeted anybody like that, that I don't know, that are strangers or in a professional environment. And so I understand it and I get it. But I wanted to share that. Hopefully you take something from it. But also, I don't know, you could be from down south. down south is very Southern hospitality, and a lot of people talk that way too. But I'm from the East Coast. People don't take too light to that. um, so yeah, okay, Kaden. I don't know what's going on with your comments, friend, but they're getting a little suspicious. Do I want to be pregnant? I want to have twins one day, God willing. We'll see. And I can't do your other requests. Um, Ellie, what does Ellie mean? I respect your work. Thank you. I really appreciate that. You'd be a great coach. You're grounded and very attractive. Oh, thank you, HP Lovecraft. I'm sure that, likewise for you, you must be single by your questions, I'm assuming. And your profile picture, you look very handsome. So thank you. Jesse says, I think Kaden wants you. I think so too. Like, what's up with those questions, Kaden? I mean, like, you know what I have learned from my last relationship is that there are people, specifically for me, men who lust over me and they don't really like me. They're just lusting. And so, like, those are all very lustful questions. Like, this person doesn't know me. And you're talking about, do I want to be pregnant? Can I pretend to be pregnant for you? Like, what? That's like that OF stuff. I don't know. But I think so too. But I don't know that person. So I think it's just lust. And the last person I wanted to, that I was just in a relationship with, lusted over me. And I really thought that it was love. And the lust landed me in places that I'd never expected to be and recovering from them still at this point in time. But I agree with you, Jesse. Do you play Fortnite or your son? I don't have a son, I have a daughter. And no, I don't play games. I don't like games. I just had to play mind games with a ninja that I spent 11 years with. So I don't play games and I don't play video games. I did all that stuff when I was a kid. I personally develop, I read books, and I build businesses. And I mother all 24/7 to a special needs daughter. Kaden, you want to get it. Buena, he cute. Dropped. All right. I guess that's all y'all questions. I don't know, but did you have any other questions about my experience? If not, that it's almost 10:30. I gotta get off. I gotta get my baby some chocolate milk. I'm in the middle of Big Y. People are all around me listening. I don't care. I'll share my story any fucking where I am. Um, thank you, Zoomed. I hope you find someone who sees your value and loves you for who you are. Thank you. Likewise. Right now, I'm not looking for anybody. I am. I'm so traumatized from this experience, and I'm so traumatized from this man and his family and the games. Like, I almost lost my life, and I almost lost my mind, yo. And it's funny, ironic, because he was telling people behind my back that my brain was broken and that I was going crazy. And I'm like, when I heard this, all this stuff that came out, I'm like, my brain is broken. Very funny. The same brain that birthed businesses and babies for you, the same brain that was like your note taker and your accountant and your fucking everything. The audacity. That's my word of the year. Audacity. The audacity is at an all time fucking high, yo. So I do hope to find someone. I have a list. I learned that I don't have many boundaries in therapy. I learned that I have an attachment issue and a detachment issue. And I've always just accepted who liked me or whoever seemed like they liked me. And I never really had any boundaries or I just vibe with whoever seems to vibe with me. And I've learned that I learned a lot of lessons going through this and just this relationship. So I do have a list now, a checklist of alignments, my alignment checklist of who I should be attracting into my life. And that's across the board for friends, for tribe, just people all around, not necessarily a spouse. But thank you so much for that, Zooms. When and cute, do you and Kaden know each other? What's going on with y'all? Y'all must know each other. Hi, Stitch. Thank you for joining. Axis of resistance. Hi, you are nice. Have a good day. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I hope that you have a great day. Where are you tuning in from? Thank you, Stitch. How come it does that? I said hi. I'm saying hi. I hope that you're doing amazing. HP Lovecraft. That's my avatar photo. Oh, okay. Okay, interesting. I never use any of that stuff on social media. I like to be my real authentic self. That's a really nice avatar. I thought it was like a sketch, like somebody drew you. So wow, most of the avatars be looking very suspect or too cartoonish. That's a really nice avatar. Um, so nice. You're from Sudan. Wow, I've never been. These are all places I've never been. Let me add them to my checklist. How's the weather today in Sudan? I hope that you have a great, amazing day. Like, what's today? Today's Thursday. Okay. I hope that you have an amazing Thursday. And yeah, I gotta get off. I hope that you guys have an amazing day. I hope that my two things. I hope that you don't ever let anybody put you in a box because people who try to put you in a box can't get out of theirs. Always, please do remember that. And two, don't forget to turn your life into a lifestyle. And with that being said, I gotta get off. I gotta get my baby some chocolate milk and get her from school. But I will be tuning in tomorrow. Maybe super early because I'll have my daughter all day, and I don't know when I'll be able to get on. But I think I'm gonna get on super early, like 6, 7 a.m. to share tomorrow's update story of day 3 being locked up. And I'll let you guys know if I got those numbers all right. So thank you. Be good to yourself. Turn your life into a lifestyle. And